Okay, quick disclaimer before the video starts. Yes, I know this was a little while ago. I wanted this video up about a month ago, but some things got in the way that caused it to be a little bit delayed. Second thing, yes, I know that Discord has announced that they are halting their age verification process. As I say many times in this video, I do not trust Discord. I see this wording as nothing more of a temporary stop until people forget about it and people stop fighting about it. So while this video may not be as relevant as it was a month ago when I streamed it on Twitch, I still think it's definitely worth the upload and worth the watch, partially because Discord is not going to permanently stop their age verification processes, and as I touch on heavily in the video, this is not just a Discord unique issue. This is a greater issue that we need to all be collectively fighting globally. With this quick little disclaimer out of the way, I hope you all enjoyed the video. What's going on with Discord is horrifying, it's terrifying. If you have not heard, Discord recently put out an announcement stating that they are going to be implementing age verification via ID on the platform, and are going to be defaulting everyone who doesn't to a quote teen experience. Hi everyone, Editing Wonder here. I just want to come in and say that this statement that I said isn't entirely correct. Discord did say they would use age prediction to determine with high confidence if you're an adult or not based on your activity on the platform. However, I don't fully trust this still. We've seen platforms such as YouTube do very similar things, and myself, being a creator on the platform, an adult with adult interests, was flagged and had all content that I could view and my uploads limited until I submitted my ID, which I was forced to do because this is my job. All to say, all the points that I make in this video still stand. Just know whenever I say they're going to be forcing all users to uploading their ID, that is slightly wrong, but it is indeterminate of which groups are going to make upload their IDs, and it's horrifying nonetheless. Which is dog shit. It's terrible. It's horrendous. We don't want to upload our IDs to a social media platform, especially because this social media platform, while they said they are not going to store it, and even if they didn't store it, uploading your ID to a social media platform is terrifying regardless. But they've already been caught in a lie because they have actively already partnered with a group called Persona, who is led by Peter Thiel, if you know who Peter Thiel is, to store that data of your face and your name and such. So it becomes extra horrifying as somebody who is queer in this world to feel safe with the continuation of Discord. This is not me saying that we should give up on Discord. We absolutely should not be giving up on Discord whatsoever. We need to be able to fight it and create a sort of leverage to get them to stop doing this shit. To get them to properly care for their users and not worry about what they explicitly talk about. The reason that they are going with this change, if you don't know, chat, the reason they are wanting to implement this change is because next month, Discord plans to go public and Discord plans to go on the stock market, and to appease shareholders and to get the requirements that they need, they are trying to implement age verification via ID. Worth noting specifically, the company has ties to Palantir, which is a surveillance company that both ICE and the IOF use to spy on people. Yes, that as well. They are selling your information to someone who is actively willing to stalk, put you on lists, and make your life hell in a fuckload of various ways via a fascist authoritarian organizations, government-led fucking groups that are sent out to kill people. Discord is openly giving these people your information. We can't pick up and leave every time a platform makes a choice. We need to get our voices out there and fight back. We need to fight this on a legal front too, because so many other ID verification bills are on the table. Yes, absolutely. I 100% agree. I don't like the idea of giving up on Discord. I don't think that Discord is worth giving up. I don't think it's a good idea to give up on Discord at all right now, because it is a platform for many. And like you said as well, this isn't exclusively a Discord issue. This goes deeper. This goes with COSA. This goes with, you know, the attacks on Section 230. There are a lot of legal attacks on our privacy and our existence on the internet that we cannot just sit and watch happen. We have to actively do shit to be able to create an internet that we can actually survive in. I, at one point in the Discord, sent a link that I don't have at the current moment. That was all of their information, all their phone numbers, all of their emails, which do not email them directly. They've already stated via bot replies, they will just completely not read those emails unless they are properly sent to the correct support ticket. But do what you can to fight back. Cancel your Discord Nitro, make your voice heard, and make it known that you are not going to be continuing to support Discord so long as this terrifying overreach is still in a potential. I don't plan on leaving Discord anytime soon. I recognize that I'm in a unique position. I've already been investigated by the FBI. I'm already on lists, but this problem only fester and follow us if we don't fight loudly fight. Yes, I agree. I 100% agree. I don't want to be leaving Discord anytime soon. Because this is my livelihood. And not because, oh, you should care because, you know, it's affecting your favorite content creators, but just another level this is going into, right? And my personal experience with how this will affect me, right, is I am a content creator. I hate the term, but that's what I am. I create YouTube videos. I do Twitch streams. I organize a community together. I organize you all together. And organizing that community is, you know, I need a central place to do so, which Discord has been for many years now. I need a place like Discord to be able to continue my job, essentially, to be able to continue surviving. With the changes that get implemented, I don't blame any of my viewers who are in the Discord for not wanting to submit their ID to Discord. And I've heard a lot of people use the claim of, oh, it's only going to affect 18+ content. Majority of users aren't going to be affected. One, it's still an issue regardless. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's only affecting NSFW content. That doesn't matter. That's an overreach still. It's still on Discord's behalf that they're doing that. Second, it's whatever Discord labels 18+. Discord labeled my server as 18+ purely because of the trans femme space. My server has been permanently age restricted, and the support will not care about anything I'm emailing them. They told me to email them to counter the claim, but no matter what, they will not return my email. They will ignore it or get a bot to auto-reply something extremely irrelevant. So for now, until I can figure something out, my server is permanently age restricted, meaning whenever these changes come through, nobody will be able to join my Discord, nor will be able to type in my Discord unless you have submitted a government ID. So as I mentioned, this video has been in the works for a little bit now, and I do want to give a slight update that Discord did unage restrict my server, but only after 5 months, and they only gave me an update that this happened about a week after it was unage restricted. I still do not trust Discord. The fact that they did this in the first place is terrifying enough. And it's worth acknowledging that they will continue to do things like this, and we still need to fight back. There are many reasons I'm horrified, but this is another reason that I'm terrified. Fascism, precisely. Where's a wallet, cancel your Discord subscription, and send them support tickets? Yes, send them support tickets, call them, and especially again, it's not limited to Discord. Call your representatives, call your senators, talk about COSA, talk about the attacks on Section 230 and how, you know, we need to protect our online safety. We need to be able to protect our online privacy. We need to continue to have an open and safe internet. Safe not being a government mandated thing, because that will inherently lead to an overreach. Safe as in we should not have to give our IDs to a fascist authoritarian government. We don't defeat these laws, there won't be any spaces online where we can escape this. Exactly. That's why we need to directly face these laws, and we need to directly call our elected officials. Until we get into a world with anarchy, that's our best bet right now. It's not just Discord doing an overreach, it's an overreach from governments and, you know, putting out bills like COSA, putting out, you know, attacks against our online privacy. It is something we need to fight for. We need to continually fight for Discord and not leave this in the dust, because we don't want to let them win in their active efforts to suppress and censor queer content. Because, I mean, that's a large majority of what's happening right here. And it's not only that, it's very much just an authoritarian regime wanting to get as much control as they can. However, they are doing that by censoring queer content. We've already talked about earlier that they censored my server. They 18+ restricted my server purely because it's a trans femme server. If you're in the UK, you can't even get an access link to my server, to my knowledge. I've heard of multiple people in the UK who had to use a VPN just to be able to get in my server. Once you get in my server, it's fine, but getting in my server is an issue. And if they want to be able to put a harder stop on this kind of content, they want to be able to put a harder limit on the amount of resources that are able to be shared, the amount of queer resources, the amount of, you know, resources against capitalism, the resources to be able to fight against fascism, fight against authoritarianism, fight against ICE, to be able to support Palestine and work towards ending the genocide that's still ongoing. They want to put a limit towards progress, and we cannot let them win by just letting them do this, you know? like hoping so hard that by fighting back things will get better with everything, but specifically Discord right now. But it's really good to be reminded that we will never be erased yet. We are always going to be here. We are always going to be fighting until we get to a day where we're all truly, you know, equal. We all have our rights and protections. You're sticking with establishment? You mean like sticking with Discord? I'm sticking with Discord because it's a greater fight than just sticking with Discord. It is very much deeper than just choosing Discord over whatever, right? It is livelihoods at stake. It is future of government bills at stake. Although with what I just said there, I am not and have not ever been entirely opposed to jumping ship on Discord. I want to be able to fight so we don't have to have an alternative, but given that a sufficient alternative does appear, I'm happily willing to switch over. The two alternatives that have recently caught my eye are Fluxer and Stoat, however, both of which I have some issues with. This video was originally going to include a more direct promotion of Fluxer specifically, but due to their use of generative AI and their development, I want to try to find a better alternative first. Stoat, to my knowledge, at one point did also have a generative AI issue, but from what I've heard, they've cleared this up and removed all AI-generated code, which is a win, but it's really annoying that it was even there in the first place. On top of this, the last time that I used Stoat, they had a little bit of functionality issues and lacking of features that led me wanting to look for more alternatives. Regardless, in the event that we do have to jump ship, I know that we're not going to be able to find a perfect alternative and we need to find somewhere to be able to organize. And these are the two places that I've seen the most attention drawn around. Also, one of the very few spaces where queer people can gather and have been able to for so many years without fear of bigotry. Yeah, I mean, like, without fear of bigotry is a statement. I would say there's an asterisk there. I mean, like, my Discord server is directly affected by Discord's bigotry. Discord, it, like, does have bigoted administration still. But Discord generally has been one of the better places on the internet for, you know, queer people and trans people to be able to organize and to be able to, you know, share resources and share experiences. I think I talked to my video, yeah, I talked in my video about how, like, Twitch honestly is probably the best place right now for me to feel safe, like for me to feel safe and protected by the company. And that's not because Twitch is doing a good job. That's just because the bar is in hell. Twitch doesn't do the best at protecting their creators. I'll be the first to say it. I feel, you know, happy that there's a Pride guild. I feel happy that there's a women's guild that I can feel safe in. You're a new CEO, you just know shit's gonna be a nosedive. Yeah, you mean Discord CEO, who was previously the co-president of Activision, had senior roles at Activision and was the president of King and was the vice chairman of Activision Blizzard. I'm just scared. I don't wanna lose Discord. I want to be able to, you know, maintain a community. But if I have to go somewhere else for the meantime while we're fighting, then that's what I gotta do, unfortunately. Thank you all for watching. As usual, this one did take a lot longer than I initially wanted it to take to get out, but it's here now at the very least, and I can promise another one will be coming relatively soon. I am going to be taking a 3-week break from streaming, and while I can't promise the video will be out within that 3 weeks, I can say that I will be editing it and working on it. So look forward to, at the end of that break, which starts tomorrow, to have another video come out, hopefully. As always, I want to thank my tier 2 and tier 3 Twitch subs, as well as my Yippee tier YouTube members. So thank you to Haymarket Riot, Zohar Contact, Natalie Wise 23, Ridley the Jack, Codename Sign It, Evie and Evies, Brink _ W Tuck 456, Wild Pikachu level 666, Allocate 2, Evie Hannah, Jurian and Nessa. Thank you all so much for watching and for putting up with these absurd upload times. I promise I'll get 2 videos in a month out sometime soon. But for now, I hope you all take care of yourselves, and if you haven't heard it today, I'm proud of you. Tell your friends you love them.